And we are live. Okay, there we go.
Beat my schmeat.
Yes. So, Mr. J, how you been?
I've been good.
And
I've been beating my schmeat.
Hey, there was I was listening to this podcast called Rooster Teeth Podcast, saying that would you rather?
But here's the thing: is it Hello from the Magic Tavern type?
No, it's its own thing. I think it's just as old or older than the Magic Tavern. But they said,
what are you talking about? The Magic Tavern's been on for thousands of years.
I mean, the world. I guess that world has existed for thousands of years, yeah. But hold up. The Would You Rather game. The Would You Rather to have a number of how many times days you've gone without beating your meat, or
what was the first one?
Option one. Would you rather option one?
Mm-hmm.
Have on your forehead a big number that goes number of days that you've gone without beating your meat, or eat a 6 ounce scab as a steak.
A 6 ounce what?
6 ounce meat, but it's all scab. Like when you cut yourself, that thing that forms over the cut, scab.
Mm-hmm.
And the add-on question was, is it your own scab or a combination of somebody else, of other people's scab? And they said it's all yours. What would you rather do? Eat 6 ounce?
Well, I mean, how long is the number going to be on my forehead? If it's like a day
life,
thing, that'd be
life.
fine.
For life.
For life?
Yes.
Why would it be there for life? What dictates this?
That's the question. Would you rather have
it just have a big zero. You didn't specify the number.
Yeah, no. Number of days that you've gone without beating your meat. That's it.
No. Yeah, that's will be the number. That's the count on your forehead. Yeah. But you didn't say how long is that count gonna be
for your life. How many days you've gone without beating your meat in between beating your meat?
I mean, if the scab. I think I'll probably just eat the scab.
I'd go with the big zero on my forehead for life. That'd be a good conversation starter.
Nah.
Yes. Nah. Yes.
Nah. But yeah, how does it feel to have the number on your forehead?
It's okay.
A big zero.
A big zero.
So what if it's like 190?
Are you're gonna put your hand on my shoulder and say, "Are you okay?"
Are you? And then be like, all right, next. This is sponsored by Raid. No, I can't say that.
Raid? No. Okay, yeah. Oh, did you see the other videos that I sent you about Lost Paws, Nags, and Project Melody doing Nekopara, the Japanese cat girl computer game?
No.
It's awesome. And then she has her own YouTube channel where she recently posted her side of when she played episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny, but in a cringy way. So I personally recommend it.
Oh yeah, do you want to hear a good story that happened to me?
Go ahead. This is the time and place.
JoJo related?
It's a safe space, so
okay.
Don't worry about it.
So you know how I work with my dad, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say for what, but
no, it's okay.
We were talking with a customer. It was the customer's wife. And they were talking about, I forgot what, and she had her dog with her. Now the story had nothing to do with her dog, but more about her. But the dog was there. He was scumping around doing his own business.
Scampering.
Yeah, scampering. Scumping. No, it was scumping. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it looked like he had a bad knee, but he didn't. He was faking it. I was like, you bastard. But I respect that.
You respect the hustle.
Yeah. So they're talking about whatever, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden she looked at me and she's like, "Are you married?" I'm like, "No." "Oh, why aren't you married?" "You know what? I should get you with my daughter's babysitter." Mind you, she's mentioned that the babysitter's like 40 years old. And I'm like, "Nani?" And she goes on like, "Oh, how she's pretty." She's like, "Oh, she's hyping her up." And I'm sitting there like,
is this lady being a wing lady?
Yeah. No, she's white. She's whiter than the snow outside in a snowy day. But I'm looking at her like, pretending to be like, okay,
Trying to be polite, respectful, professional.
Yeah.
Even.
And then when because I didn't realize it until she said like she was 40, and I was like, wait. And I said, no. I was like, wait, hold up. Even my dad was like, wait, hold up. We were like, why would I want someone who's 40 years old? Oh, because like, oh, you look like you're someone who's well into their age. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Miss, you look like the villain from Emperor's Groove. in my head, of course.
Or did she think you were Crunk?
Huh?
Or
no, the villain. Crunk is not the villain.
No, but do you think she thought you were Crunk? And she wanted, to get your lever pulled?
No. She looked like she wanted. I think she wanted to hook up someone with her babysitter.
Ada?
I don't know. And I looked at her. I'm like, Miss. I think I was like, Miss, I'm 20. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a little bit older. Haha, silly me. And I looked at her and be like,
rabbit.
I'm like, this is why you 50, but you look like you got great grandkids. And I was like, oh yeah. And she's like, oh. She's like, do you have a girlfriend? I'm like, no. And she's like, why not? And I'm like, that's a longer story.
you should have put at a distance, just rub your forehead or your head or something.
Yeah, I'm like thinking. No. But I'm like thinking. That's a
long story.
Imagine that. But I'm like, oh, because obviously the obvious answer is like, oh, because stuff, school,
life.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking, I'm like, does this old hag really think? Again, in my head.
Okay. You were.
This is internal thoughts. I'm like, does this old hag really think I'm like 50 or 40? I'm like, Miss, you have wrinkles on top of your wrinkles. Like, you look like you are from the 40s. Like, you look like you're a World War II veteran that's 90 plus. And you're here thinking, I'm 40? I'm like, nah.
She's a cooler.
Basically. But, and then, like, I'm like, nah.
Like, I'm gonna
let this ignorance slide, but the next time I might not be so thoughtful and be like, listen here, Miss. I forget what her name. What's the villain from Emperor's Groove? I don't remember, but I'm gonna look up her name. I'm gonna be like, Miss such and such. Watch it there. But.
You're like, I need an adult, and she's like, I am an adult.
Basically, and I'm like, nah. I was like, this lady, and she's sitting there like cuddling her dog, and I'm like, damn, that dog looks like he's suffocating. He looked at me in the eyes like, help me, sir. Don't you see I'm in pain? I'm like, I'm in the same position. I can't do anything.
Each one is like looking at them and like, yes, the serious face, like. Yes.
Basically, I'm like, I can't. It's like, I can't do anything for you, bud.
Each one
we're in the same boat,
grabbing each other's shoulder.
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was out of all the interactions with the customers, I'm like, that one was the worst, and that's a good thing because it's not the worst situation. But I'm like, every other customer was nice. They were humble. And this bitch called me old, and I'm like. And she said it in a non
offensive manner.
Yeah, non-offensive manner. But I'm like, why is this old person calling me old?
One quote comes to mind, and it's called "Okay, Boomer."
Basically, and that didn't come out though when that happened. That was a year ago.
I don't think she'd even understand the saying
because of the saying. Oh shoot!
Something's vibrating.
Oh, it's my phone. Hold up, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. J is currently answering a business call. Please stand by. Thank you for your patience. And so yeah, my name is Marcos, and this is Mr. J, coming to you live from Life, Tech, and Sundry. We are testing new software, relatively new or current hardware that we have at home, we are using new software online to record this podcast, coming to you straight from this website called cleanfeed.net. Cleanfeed.net. When you need clean audio and you're in your own home. For those who are locked up or quarantined and still need to or want to create content, cleanfeed.net, not .com. Cleanfeed.net. Coming in clutch. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming with Mr. J. Do 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 do
And I'm back.
Yeah. And welcome
That's where you
back,
cut.
Mr. J.
Did I get my headphones were on the reverse?
They were backwards, you mean?
No, they're reverse.
Literally reverse. Now, right now I'm just was doing some shenanigans to see.
Oh wait, hold up. As we're talking, let me share with you my video for my final project for one of my classes.
Through where?
Through Google Drive.
Okay, yeah.
What's your?
No, same one. The regular low niner. The one that I sent you the email through.
Let me find it, because I don't. This is through my school email, so I don't remember. So I'll look it up real quick. But yeah, I don't know. But one of my friends called about our class.
Mm-hmm.
We got a grade back. I did okay. I got like a B minus, so we good.
Hey, don't undermine that B minus. You did it was yours.
Yeah.
Okay. It was yours. You did your hustle. Respect the hustle, even
well,
if it's
neither
yours.
or the other one, because I have the other one right here.
Okay. Yeah, just upload it to the drive and share it. Is it already uploaded?
Yeah, it's already in the drive. I just have to share it with you.
Okay, then I'll see. It'll probably come in quickly.
The teacher's gonna be like, "Who the hell is this?" Nah, it's fine. It's cool. I like yeah, sure. Anyway, I like how some of the teachers were pretty lenient this semester about what's going on.
Yeah.
So the projects were a little bit easier.
Okay. Like, oh, sorry for the world developing a virus.
Yeah, but so it wasn't that bad.
Was it you that told me that the thing about there being antibodies from people all the way back in November back over there in Spain?
No, you told me that.
Oh, then I heard it from somewhere else. Okay.
You heard it from your Schmeat.
Yeah.
It was one of those psychedelic moments where you're like in the middle of it, and he was like, hey, the antibodies were discovered from November of 2019. And you were like,
me?
Oh, that's interesting.
Wait. I'm not clapping though.
Amidst me, you're just Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, today I learned.
Mitch meet, you're like, huh? That's pretty cool.
Today I learned with Mr. J. Let's see.
But yeah, how's the situation over there?
You know, we're it's not that we're hanging on. We're continuing life. I talked with my boss today, and he's gonna see if since I'm already over here you're
still in the 2 weeks quarantine, right?
No, I'm out. Today was the day that I was out.
You were out and about.
Yeah.
You're.
Yes. Yeah, it ended on the 17th, and today is the 17th.
Yeah. But yeah, I like to do a little plug, not because I'm getting paid for this, but
Plug
because
away.
this is fun. Because this is fun. 7 Deadly Sins, Grande Crosse. I've mentioned to you this before.
Yeah.
But it's if you like the anime, it's a really fun game. So here's my comparison, right? My rundown.
Okay.
I've played similar games, like for example, I've told you Dragon Ball, both Legends and Dokkan Battle. I played Bleach, Brave Souls, and
the bravest of souls.
What else have I played?
Only the bravest of souls wins.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I also played the Naruto one, which was it was okay. But like out of all of them, I feel like the creators for this game have put in a lot of work compared to the other ones. This one's it has a lot of different things that make it very interesting. It's not like for example for Dokkan Battle, right?
Yeah.
So this is now like in-game play. You had your basic stats, attack, HP, and defense. And then in the beginning, once you reach up to the highest level, which is UR, I think the max level cap was 120 once you went to UR. Whatever stats you had was the max. And you couldn't really buff it with anything. There was no percentiles. And the passives had base stats, meaning that like they were a constant like 1,000 plus. Okay. I think some of them were like 5,000 plus attack or something like that. Now, of course, they've evolved to percentage stat boost. And now they have a system where you can now boost your base stats so that you can have, I think each character, as long as you SA10 them, have a guaranteed around 3,000 plus. And that's stat. Of course, you can level them up more, but it requires you to invest more into the character by summoning them more, which costs money.
The grind. Oh,
but the base that you get is about, I think, 3,200, something like that. Phone going off again? I don't know what's going on.
Hey, you're a popular guy.
But versus over here, they have a lot of different factors that help you with training your character.
Yeah.
And the 7 Deadly Sins, Grande Crosse.
That's how you say it properly, right? You do not. You're disrespecting it if you say it any other way.
Basically. Over here they have
that style of saying it. Where did you hear it?
I did not get it from anywhere. I made it up myself. It definitely wasn't from a certain YouTuber. Definitely was not.
Okay.
But this game has a lot that factors into the character. It has this base stats. They have stuff called equipment, and then they have clothing that can affect your base stats.
Hi.
So you can level up your character more, and then they have on top of that they have awakenings, and then you just straight up leveling up your character, and then limit bursting them.
Are you using the jargon from your previous game, the limit burst and all those things?
Well, they call it limit break, but it's the same thing.
Okay.
But to level up the cat, because like in this game there has definitely time. You have to invest time into it. It's very time versus the other games where you don't really need to invest time into a character. In this one, you do, kind of do. Because if you don't, because like, one of the good things I like about this game is that like, if you invest time into this game, even like what seems to be the weakest character can be the strongest. So like for example, right, there's a really big YouTuber. I'm gonna put out names. Kabuki. He's a mad lad of a YouTuber.
Okay.
Amazing guy. He took, so you know the rarities, right? Right. There's over here. There's common, uncommon, rare.
Oh yeah, the
super rare, SS rare, and then ultra rare, right?
Mm-hmm.
He took, so the characters can't be uncommon and common. They can only be from rare and up.
Okay.
So Kabuki took a rare. Now, mind you, all these characters can rank up all the way to UR, and you can invest awakenings, which basically awakenings is like there's stars on it.
Okay.
And 6 stars is basically the max awakening you give it, and then the level cap for global is 75. So you can limit break your character up until level 75. So I guess it's like
what's the limit
so
cap?
like
Sorry.
so yeah so typically your character goes from 0 to 60
Mm-hmm.
and 3.3 imagine, yeah, it goes from 0 to 60, right? So that's the max you could level without limit breaking it, and then limit breaking just adds 5 more levels. So like you go 65, 70, and then 75 right now is the cap for global. In Japan the cap is about 80. So it's just 5 more levels up.
Okay.
So you can limit break it. Obviously, I'm not going to go into how to limit break it. That's a whole process in itself.
That's the magic of the game. That's the charm.
But so he basically invested time. So he limit break it. He awakened these characters. He put time into it, and by the end of it, he was wrecking noobs, just not even noobs, like regular people in his rank, with this character. And you know who the character was?
Who?
It was it's from your favorite podcast, Marcos, with the certain YouTuber that that may or may not say
what's his name? The one with the mustache, right?
Yeah, not Escanor.
No, Brigo? No, Brigo?
No, Twigo. There we go. Yeah, Lord Twigo. They call him Twigo God. And
Twigo-sama.
So he invested time into it, and he became very powerful. Like,
he's trolling.
He's not even trolling. Like I said, if you invest time into a character, it can be any character. If you pull off of, obviously the SSR, starting at SSR, they're going to be more powerful.
Yeah.
But if you invest characters, any of them, they can be super good. Like
all
I said,
of them have
Twigo.
The potential.
Like Twigo is an R. You can get Twigo on every summoning you do and get shafted, and you get Twigo. And he put time into it. He leveled up his ultimate move. He made him awakening, because like things like evolving their ultimate move, which is in Dokkan super attack.
Yes.
Is very beneficial because of the fact that obviously that raises the percentage of how much damage you do.
You're grinding. You're making your character stronger.
I'll do that. And like it's super easy with these R characters because you're always gonna get them. Even if you do singles, multis, you're always gonna get these R characters. So like evolving these type of characters are super good. And on plus of that, these characters can also increase your main team. Obviously, all SSRs or URs at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You can add them. So they call them associations. So when you take them to battle, it's your main character up front, and then like in the behind, they're giving them boost. And one of the benefits of 6 out of 6ing them is that they have a certain boost to their stats, and the max you go is 10.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, for the R characters, they're super easy to 6 out of 6 them. So, if you use them, or even like SR, they're a little bit harder. But they're still not impossible. Obviously, the harder ones are going to be like the SSR ones, the ones that everybody wants, because, you got to build like stacks on stacks put stack on stacks on them. That's where you invest money. But with a character like this, like Twigo, who you're gonna get you're gonna get 6 out of 6. This is not that hard. If you just put time like summoning, like you're gonna get shafted and you're gonna get Twigo and you'd be like, oh man, I got Twigo. Now you put time into Twigo. Twigo is gonna go from Twigo to Twigod, and you're gonna be wrecking people. And now like they don't make their skills like inefficient. They make them pretty good. Cause like Twigo has like an AoE, attack all enemies attack, and he has a single attack, and that's okay, especially for like events like PvP where your attack, you want to get rid of all your enemies as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Twigo is merciless, but he is very fair.
Yeah, so and it's Twigo. How can you not use him? So like merciless. right now that I've kind of invested some in my other characters, I'm now investing into Twigo. Because it's Twigo. How can I not have Twigo? Exactly, for the meme. For the troll. If you don't do it for the meme, then why do it at all? Exactly. But so like things like that. If you can make a simple, not even like a really easy to get character that nobody likes because he's so simple to get, into like busting continue, sorry. So like into like busting noobs left and right, then I feel like this game is very lenient with you, even if you're free to play, because this game does not matter if you're pay to play or free to play. If you don't invest time into your units, you cannot be good. Versus in some other games, you're gonna have the slight disadvantage if you don't pay to play. Yeah. But some of these games you can be play to pay and still be good. It's not impossible, but it's just a lot harder because of the fact that some of these events need certain characters that you only get if you invest money into it. Only get if you invest money. Damn. Yeah, some of them are very like unlenient, and the only say why is because you have a higher chance of getting the character. Obviously, someone who does. Yeah, you pay the higher your chance you're gonna get of that character you need, because like if an event needs a certain character, because money. Yeah, and versus this game is pretty lenient. Like I said, if you don't invest into your characters, like you can't really progress into the game. Even if you have like the best, you have the best unit in the game, which is like kind of like indifferent. It could be so many different characters. Like right now, the best useful character is Gother, because he has a lot he can do. Okay. But even if you have Gother, like you're not gonna beat the entire story mode and stuff. Like right now, I have Escanor, who's the one. The one. Like he should walk out with a hat and some sunglasses and chains. He has sunglasses as a costume. Of course. Something. At least they got a third, right? But they got a third, right? Yeah. But like so what was the thing? Oh yeah. What I understand from this as in the money making sense is that the other games, they incentivize people to again invest money into it, into their ecosystem to get what they want. And this one, the one that you're playing right now, is balanced overall. It respects the grind. Is it the same company? Is it the same company that created the other two games? Which the Dragon ones? Yeah, Dragon Ball. No, it's a Korean company called Netmarble, who like this is like one of their main ones. But it's just like not only like I said, reward you. It's pretty like look visually wise, it's pretty good. It's art. It satisfies that art itch that you would like. Artistic. And like so, one thing I would recommend if you are like invested into the anime and you haven't watched the first and second season, don't play the game because the game basically runs through the whole anime like a train up until season 2. It has no stops. Mm-hmm. So obviously, as you're playing through the game, you're gonna see the anime. If you don't want to get spoiled, then don't play it. Got it. But the other thing you do is side missions, and side missions are pretty good as well.
Mhm.
Because at the end, it's run by town. They call it chapters, but it's really just every town. And if you fully finish a town, they give you basically a multi for you to do.
Okay. What's a
They
multi?
give you a multi, like a multi summon.
Okay.
So that's good. They reward you for
It ain't
investing
bad.
time into their game.
Yeah.
Most game, and like you said, these are each town, and they're run by chapters. There's like, I think, 9 chapters. So, and like I said, the story mode gives you also diamonds for you to summon, to do multi summons.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty lenient with the whole thing, and plus there's other ways of getting diamonds. Like, I think I've told you this. There's a way to get at the very least 1 multi every week through certain things, like PvP. So PvP is obviously player versus player. You play against people, and they rank you.
Yeah.
So
depending on your
they have, it's kind of similar
right?
to
Depending on your win loss.
yeah. So it's kind of similar to I guess League of Legends, where it's bronze, silver, gold. They have platinum instead of diamond, and then master, and I think there's another one. I think like champion, something like that. And they rank you. So one of the things about this game is that, like, once you rank up from bronze to silver, you stay at silver forever.
Uh-huh.
So same thing, silver to gold, you stay at gold forever. Gold to platinum, you stay at platinum. Yada yada yada, like that.
Yeah.
You never lose your rank. The thing you lose is, like, if you're gonna be like bronze 5 or bronze 1. And then like you lose, you won't get as much diamonds. The highest one, you can get easily 2 multis. They give you flat out 2 multis with for being one of the highest ranking persons. But obviously you won't make it that far. So the highest that people would recommend is, like, you should be at least the one where they give you 1 multi, or almost that, which is gold. But like I said, if you don't, like, say you make it to gold and you don't play PvP for a while,
Mhm.
so like you go from gold 3 to gold 5, you can stay at gold 5 for a very long time, or indefinite, and you won't lose that rank. You just be at gold 5.
Mhm.
Now you start playing, and then, like, you go to gold 1, and then you want to rank up, and you invest. That's where I say again, you invest time. If you keep it up, then you're obviously just gonna rank up, and they get more diamonds. So like I said, just from PvP alone, you easily can get a multi or more if you do well. And it's not that hard. It's just playing PvP every day, and like I said, you just have to put time into it. What else? Dailies give you diamonds. So like I said, there's so many different options. So, like, say there's like a big banner coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, I don't have money I don't want to spend money for diamonds. Cool, just play the game usually every day, be on your grind, and you're gonna have enough for at least a multi or a few. And then if you keep on grinding, you get another multi in.
So there's
not like
there's a prize
like-
for your perseverance.
Yeah. And it's not like in Dokkan, they can give you events and stuff that can give you stones. But once you finish those events, that's it. Like, if you want to do more multis and stuff, you're going to either have to wait for another event, or you're going to have to buy the stones. And, like, that's money.
They're gatekeeping and saying, you don't got the stones. I said, do you got the stones? You going, you don't got the stones, man. You don't got the stones.
Basically. So that's what I like about this game. There's a lot more. Even like the clothing that they have. Like, you can make it look cool, and then it can boost you as well. So all these little
status effects.
Yeah, they can increase your attack, defense, and your HP. So that's why they, like, in each YouTuber that runs it, they're like, buy clothing, rank up your equipment, which is so I didn't go over equipment.
Yeah.
They give you a base stat increase. So it's the same number. So it could be like plus 900, whatever, right?
Okay.
So that's the base amount they'll give you. Each equipment have that, and it's corresponding with your attack, defense, and HP. And then on top of that, they have stats that what's it called? They have they have very small percentages. They're around, I think the max you can get is 12% increase on your base stat. So like one could have plus 12% attack, defense, and HP. But they're kind of small, but they are really useful to have. And then plus, if you wear a certain number of equipment, so like the equipment are like, they're separated into categories where they have like, there can be attack equipment, defense equipment, and all that. And if you wear 4 pieces of attack equipment and 2 pieces of defense, you get an extra boost of attack and defense for wearing these certain, armor and equipment.
You know what we should do? We should set up an interview with a guy from over there.
Who's over there?
From what's the name of the game?
Oh, the Grand Cross?
Yeah. And you introduce yourself and say the name like that, and he's gonna say, "Why'd you say name like that? Why?"
He said, "Hey, you got something up your throat." Be like, "No, I'm saying it properly."
The respectful way.
But like playing a lot of these different gacha games, gotcha. I really do like the fact that they are pretty lenient with the rewards, and they just don't leave you hanging to the next event, because like even if there's not an event, that's an opportunity for you to grind and just increase your level. So I really do like this game, where like I said, they don't just leave you in the dust like some games do. And
experience, you've played the field, so you know what's a good thing and a bad thing, even if you like the game. Nice.
Yeah, I really do highly recommend this game. This game, nice. It's got a lot of things that can keep you busy.
In the good way, in the healthy way, in the modern way,
yes.
In the 21st century way.
Yes. So yeah, what have you been up to?
I was gonna say, now want to know what I've been up to?
Being your schmeat.
That's a default. Again, the 0, remember, in my forehead?
The big 0?
But I've been looking at videos and YouTube videos of how I can better improve my editing skills, recording skills, trying to improve. Like right now, I can't step outside and all those things right now. I don't want to be
how to beat my schmeat more efficiently.
And how I met my dragon maid, right? No. Yeah. I'm trying to, improve some skills right now. I like to do this, right? The audio editing in some video. I showed you the multicam project, right? That I did.
Multicam project?
Yeah.
You sure you're not going to porn again?
Nah. No comment on that end, but still. I've been looking. I followed some YouTubers that do microphone reviews, and this guy called his YouTube channel is called his name is called Booth Junkie, the YouTube channel. And I like watching his videos to get an understanding of microphones, and that's where I got the idea of this microphone that we're both using, and I pushed towards your purchase of the one that you have. That way, but and I pushed out a review of this microphone that we have right now.
The Samsung Meteor mic?
Yeah.
Not sponsored?
Not sponsored. And I'm trying to, let's see, get everything that I can out of this microphone and work on it and have fun. I'm honestly having fun doing these things. Like, do you find yourself entertained when you're using programming and all those things? For example, when I went to college, I felt myself entertained with working on the engineering things. Yeah. And then this thing scratched that itch that, how does this work? How can I make it better? That thing to like use the knowledge and create. And what college taught me is technique, learn, be curious to learn.
Technique.
And it's the thing that I learned out of college is to learn, to look for more knowledge and to apply it, and try to get some money out of it. That I'm still not good at, but I still here and there I've gotten some freelancing jobs. Not right now. It's since March. How life happened. You had personally for me, I had plans, and I was doing those things, going towards that plan, but the world had another plan. And then the Fire Nation attacked, right? Imagine what the Water Tribe was doing. Some guy, or maybe one of Sokka's dad's friends was hitting on some girls, and then the Fire Nation came in.
Yeah,
that's me. That would have been me. You were like Sokka's dad.
Yeah.
Or Katara's dad, fishing, hustling, grinding. I was right next to you, flirting with some of the Water Tribe girls, and then the Fire Nation happened.
And they kicked your ass.
Yeah, but who didn't they?
Yeah, you're right.
And right now we have these microphones because in our previous adventures, like in 2017 or 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So right now I'm like, okay, what can I do? What have I improved? Or what can I learn out of new skills? I told you, right, that I have Adobe Audition, Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
And all those things. I think you taught me how to get those. So I reapplied those skills.
Legally, of course.
Still gained that software. And now I told you, right, that I have a subscription for those.
Which one?
For this one, the one that we're using right now, I don't have the subscription.
So how are you using it?
The free trial.
Oh,
like on the top right, it says try pro, and it says free trial, and that's why I think we're having that ringing it once every minute, I guess, or every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But and I'm gonna use this recording to again improve upon my skill of audio editing and audio production to see if we can make this into a podcast. I'm getting into. I shouldn't get excited. I should control myself. I should control myself. Control yourself.
So one thing that's been going on. I don't know if you noticed that there's less Chinese food out here.
Have you seen any Chinese stores like the one down by the one that I think you ate over here? There's 2 Chinese stores where I live on the same street. Mm-hmm. One of them closed.
Yeah, over here, the one by TJ Maxx is closed, and the one at Central Avenue, New Garden.
Yeah.
The one that I think we walked over there. There's like a Japanese store over there. They opened yesterday.
Oh, they read the tea leaves and literally we should close.
And then I went over there at New Row, and they had by Iona, they had a Chinese place open as well.
What about the one by Lucky China Tower?
Yeah, that's the one I said that closed. Like
permanently?
I mean, I don't know about permanently. I haven't read the sign, but they're not open.
Damn it.
But yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like then again, they could be a risk because it is such a hot and closed space. But other restaurants are open. Any restaurant.
Yeah. I think maybe for Lucky China Tower, we don't know the back end, because it was only 2 people, right?
So I heard from my friend that one of the reasons why is because they say a lot of them get their shipments from China, and because
Straight
of that,
from the motherland.
Yeah, and because of that, obviously they cut the trade with China because of this, so they can't get their goods. No goods, so they can't.
Made from China directly. Damn.
Yeah, so they can't operate right now.
What's their supply chain? I imagine must have been affected even before the virus, right?
I don't know.
With the whole thing, remember with the 5G thing and Huawei, I imagine other markets were affected, and then over there, China, since November, or they had that problem since November, way before we did. So I imagine those supply chains for those for those restaurant chains were affected a long time before anything else that we can think of, that I can think of.
Yeah.
That's a good observation, man. I didn't think about that. I personally thought it was like hate crimes and they just didn't want to risk it for the biscuit.
No, but some of them are because of that.
Oh,
but some of them are because of this.
Supply chain. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Damn. You've seen the hate crimes, like not only over here, but have you heard about hate crimes for medical personnel?
Yeah, I've heard about them too. But you know what's crazy?
The ones in
on
Mexico,
Facebook. Oh, I don't know about the ones in Mexico, but on Facebook. So you have News 12, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, especially if they're like of Republican whatever background, just go on Facebook, News 12 Facebook, and just hate on every single article they post.
Welcome to the internet. Welcome to the internet.
And like some of these are not even from Westchester. They're just from like Queens, New York. I'm like, why are you wasting time on a county you're not even living in?
That's the internet.
No, yeah, but like hating on like on like a YouTube star, right? Like obviously they're global. And like their audience are pretty huge, but like a local news station, really?
I feel like that's part. I imagine they already eventually back in the day received hate letters, hate
and they're like, oh, this is fake news. I'm like, this is a local news station. Like, I get it if they're talking about something like more broad of political views, but if they're doing like some of these are just articles on just local news.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they opened the Say Shake Shack, or some kid did really good on the spelling bee and heading to nationals. Stuff like that. And they're like saying, oh, they shouldn't be reporting this. Like these are like a local news station. Of course, why not? Because CNN is not going to report this because it's not something.
It's not local.
Yeah, it's not something the nation should know. But if the local news station is going to report it, that makes sense because that's what they are, the local news station.
And let's see, what would New York City care about this area local news that we're in? Nothing. So only the local, like you're saying, the locals can care. Like I know where that is. That's close. That's a couple minutes away from me. Okay, exactly. I should watch out for that. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
And like what's it called? And I think one of the reasons why is because News 12 is predominantly Democratic.
Oh, so it's a reaction for their political leaning?
It could be because they do a lot of
lashes, like
but then again, most of the people here are Democratic.
But again,
you know what I'm saying?
But again, like what you said before, they're not. It doesn't matter their political. I mean, it shouldn't. But again, this is the internet, and people do what they want to do, right? So
yeah. But I mean, like obviously, like if some of them are complaining that, like, oh, News 12 ain't reporting about this, like. There are going to be some stories that they can't miss, or maybe they just purposely don't because it's not interesting enough.
The thing is, my question that I always ask myself, how do they know what's newsworthy? What's the word that I'm looking for? What's their measuring stick, I guess?
I don't know. And like, I really don't care.
I just want the full report, even if it's boring, personally.
Yeah.
Like the full information dump.
Yeah.
And I think the local news stations do that, right? I don't know. Like you said, there was one, and
like for example, like if they're gonna report on like why wouldn't they do this? Why wouldn't they do a report on a really good chicken spot in Chicago? Then that makes no sense.
Being in New York, yeah, okay.
Yeah, being in New York, like why the hell would I care about a chicken spot in Chicago? We're in New York. We live less than an hour away from New York City. Why does that matter?
Even the people from New York City wouldn't care.
Yeah, but now you telling me that they're gonna raise the bus and trains to $350 instead of $275. Now I care because what the hell, $350?
I take the bus to work every day.
Yeah, like the fuck? Like no, I don't want it to be that. I want to now I have a chance to argue with that and say there's no point, and like people are now gonna hop the train even more.
Gotcha. Yeah, for example, that is understandable, and this is exclusively on the internet, right? Because they also upload their broadcasts onto Facebook. Their marketing team, I guess, is in charge of that.
No, yeah, but they're predominantly focused on the local
community. And it should be.
Yeah, because that's what they are.
Yes.
Now, of course, like if you want something more broad, then you go to CNN. You go to Fox News, even though I kind of don't really,
Yeah, no, it's your choices on that. Another one that I was going to give as an example for local is my mom follows. I think the person used to work as part of a news group in this other country in Mexico that goes and reports the daily events that's going on, or the weekly. I don't know what the feed is. My mom follows in Facebook. It's the daily morning commute or stuff that goes around in Atlisco, and he reports, I think, via a smartphone, and I think just a smartphone, and I don't know how he dresses. I've only heard his voice, and he's reporting on the daily things over there. Only on his platform for reporting his news is Facebook, and my mom likes to keep follows him because that's my hometown, or my other hometown. Do you know what I'm saying? And I asked my mom, and what are the comments on those videos? Is it positive, negative? Her thoughts, and she doesn't care. I mean that's going to be the majority of people. You paid attention to it because you have experience. You've been in the internet for longer. My mom found something that she liked, and she doesn't care about the commentary. I feel like that's going to be the grand majority of people. And
yeah, that could be.
And the news group it knows, and like, let's just report our news. Let them say fake news, whatever. And as long as we're giving the information that the public needs and should be aware of. And that hater, I'm gonna say haters just to keep it simple, is just like a 1% out of the 99. They know how to use the system, and they just want to muddle the water, or just create strife over a way that they feel safe, that their identity won't be compromised, and just they find it bullying. They just find the entertainment in making other people uncomfortable.
Yeah. Something a little bit off topic. We gotta get into anime news / manga.
That's not off topic. That's still, okay, go for it.
Because of what's been going on, they have halted some productions of some shows, like Black Clover.
Yes.
I forget what other animes. I think there are others, but for me, obviously, the most important is Black Clover.
Okay.
Because of the situation, some manga has ended. Demon Slayer has released his last chapter.
Okay.
It was beautiful. I don't want to say anything, but it was beautiful.
Respect.
It was. I just can't wait for it to come out on anime, because a lot of things happen in the manga. You're just like, oh no.
How are they going to animate this? Like that punch from My Hero Academia with Mr. Muscle.
Exactly. Also, like, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that Netflix is thinking about reanimating season 3 of 7 Deadly Sins.
They should.
With a different
company.
With a different company, obviously.
Yeah.
I just saw that off top, like just me scrolling through the internet. I just saw that. I was like, oh, they do that. That's pretty cool. But who knows how true that is?
Yeah.
So don't get your hypes up. But if that's true, then finally. They mess up a lot.
Oh, Netflix or the animation?
No, the animator. Yeah, the animators of 7 Deadly Sins season 3. Trash. They
set the standard, right? Was it the same group that made season 1 and 2?
Nope. They were completely different.
There's got to be like a lot of under the table or back behind the scenes strife that we have no idea what happened. We just see the end result, and like the animators like, you have no idea what happened back there.
Oh,
we're lucky that came out.
I think they also paused Food Wars.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know.
You need a Pepto episode.
Yeah, but so back to the anime standpoint. Anime's on hold. Usually this season is the best season of the year.
Spring and summer.
Yeah, spring season is trash. It's trash. It's the worst spring season so far
since the beginning of their being online.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, like My Hero was like season 2 came back here. A bunch of classics came out this time. I forget what this romance anime came around this time. Just amazing. The animation was so good. The story was amazing. I was like, oh, it kept me in it. And these animes are just okay at best. Like
Love
right
is
now,
War, I think, right? Kaguya-sama Love is War was.
I think
winter?
we paused that too.
Was winter? I think winter.
Yeah,
or spring.
I think it's spring, but season 2 is out. I think they might have paused it. I don't remember.
Okay.
But like right now in Crunchyroll, of course, the Ace Sound, Are You Kidding Me? Is okay. No, okay. So this is the only saving grace. Tower of God, amazing. Oh my gosh, amazing.
I mean,
we'll watch that.
According to the feeds that I listen to and follow, they say that Korean manga. How do you say the Korean manga name?
Manhwa or something like that.
Manhwa?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Well, manhwa. I'll try to be respectful. Yeah. Are the story itself, the light novel, on point, awesome, but some people say that the animation itself is going too slow compared to them. But this is the first time it's being animated. It's not going to be perfect.
Is it? I don't think it's going too slow. I think it's going pretty fast because typical anime are like a chapter or 2 each. This has been like a 3. They even skip some stuff. They skipped really subtle stuff, but they skip some stuff. And like also keep in mind, Tower of God, it has 3 seasons in it already.
How fast do you think they'll chew through that in the production? Well,
I don't know, because season 1,
yeah,
I think this is going to be more than 12 episodes.
It kind of has to. There's a structure already. Are they going to follow that whole structure episode?
They might and just make
12?
season. They might, they might make seasons since it's still like how they are. It might be more than 12 episodes, but I feel like, especially animating it, because in the beginning the drawing wasn't that great. He gets better obviously as time progresses, but like it's really good. To sum up Tower of God, our main character Bam is so the whole premise is just that it takes place in a tower. This tower has a promise that if you enter and you climb it, you get any wish granted as long as you reach the top. To enter the tower,
Number 1.
Yeah, to enter the tower, you have to be chosen by the guardian of the gate to enter.
The gatekeeper.
I forgot his name. He's like a bunny, and they mentioned it. He's not an actual bunny. He has features like a bunny, but he's scarier, and he's voiced by the person who voiced Jiraiya. Which I'm like, oh my gosh, stop me.
Sub, right?
In Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, I was confused with Jiraiya.
I was like, oh my gosh, Jiraiya.
I missed you.
So you enter the tower, and then you rise up and you make to the upper tower, and you make it to the top, and you get your wish granted. In the tower, there's already people that already climbed the top, and they're called the rankers. Rankers are, like I said, people who have climbed the top and got their wish granted.
So they never leave the tower?
No, that's basically their home.
Oh,
the tower. So cool. The tower is huge.
They didn't know that they would stay there forever.
No, they knew.
Oh, so how did this guy Bam know?
So let me explain.
But is this going to be spoiler?
So no.
Okay.
I mean, this is just explaining the premises of it.
You got it. I'm sorry. I'll continue. Sorry. Proceed.
So rankers are people who, like I said, climb to the top, but they also administrate the towers. So to get to the next level of the tower, you have to pass a certain test. Now I'm not talking about sit down, study hard, and go through it.
Like in Naruto.
These tests can range in different things, and even death is allowed.
And death is an option. Murder's
Murder's
not.
allowed.
Murder.
Yeah.
Murder's a possibility.
Yes. So the people that typically enter into the tower are called regulars. So, like I said, they're chosen by the. Let me see if I can find out his name. Hold up.
Just say the
No, his
gatekeeper.
name is awesome. His name is awesome. I forgot what his name. Let me just find it out real quick. Hold up. Give me a minute.
But yeah,
They're
continue.
chosen. They're chosen by him. They take the first test, which is to see if you're worthy enough to enter. And Hedon, there we go. Hedon's test.
Sounds like a food.
I wish. You enter, you pass this test, and you go through. Now his test is typically the easiest one. So yeah. Bam, on the other hand, so his full name is the 25th Bam.
Okay.
And the reason is why, because the person that took that was with him, her name is Rachel, found him I think on the 25th of some day of some month. I
Was he
forgot
an
which
orphan?
one. So, sort of. So the outside world is kind of weird. But
I mean, where they prefer to go into a tower.
So yeah. So Bam outside
Rachel.
met Rachel, and basically Rachel was the one who taught him everything, read, write, everything, like basically being human.
Sweet.
Then Rachel has always told him the stories about seeing the stars, and for some reason they can't see it. I think because of the tower. And they said, if as long as you reach the top, you can ask to see the stars.
Okay.
And then the day came when Rachel was chosen to enter the tower.
Chosen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leaving Bam behind, and Bam didn't like that. Didn't want that, obviously. So Bam is a special case for this instance. Bam is what they call an irregular, people who force themselves into the tower.
He broke
which
in.
is possible. And in this case, it literally means that like the rules, there's certain rules in the tower, and certain rules do not apply to Bam anymore because of that. So when Bam goes in to take Hedon's test, Hedon knows that he's irregular, and he spikes up the difficulty of the test. Bam's test was to go inside this tank with this monster that's incredibly fast and can eat up Bam in an instant, and to go past that thing and to break this ball, which is by itself impossible to break.
He's gonna need a nutcracker.
So in comes this girl. I think her name is Jewel or something with a J.
And then the girl came.
So she's considered the daughter of Jihad. Jihad is basically the person that runs the whole tower. He's
The
like the king.
administrator. Okay.
So, and he has what he calls daughters. They're not his actual daughters, but they're just people that he chose to, I guess, to represent him, or to have like a quote unquote family with. So in comes her, and each daughter of Jihad, there's 13, and each daughter of Jihad has like the 13 weapons, and they're basically represented by a color. So they're named after a color and a month. So
13 months, huh?
yeah. So she has the Black March. So she sees that Bam is taking this test, and she knows that it's difficult, and she doesn't understand why. And she decides to help out Bam by giving him the Black March, which is basically just this very long needle.
Well, what's
so the problem with the Black March with
a
her,
rapier.
it's not a rapier.
Oh,
It's literally just a big needle
okay.
that's black.
Okay.
So the problem with the Black March, even though she's a daughter of Jihad, she doesn't really control the Black March. So the Black March is what they call like an ignition weapon that you can actually. It's like, so you like 7 deadly sins, right?
The
Meliodas
sacred treasure, yeah.
Yeah, so Meliodas can use Lost Vein by saying second treasure release.
Yeah.
So it's like that, where they can release all the power of the weapon. The problem is that the Black March doesn't really like the girl. at all.
Is it sentient?
It's sentient, yeah.
Okay.
And she really doesn't like her. And the reason why is because she's a girl. She only likes guys.
Sexist. Oh, wait. So you just gave it a pronoun.
Yeah, it's a girl.
She. Okay.
But she didn't know that. So she gives it to him saying, if you can use it and see if you can use his power. So he goes in, uses it, and then he's taking the test. And like I said, big monster, you can eat him up in a hole. He tried to beat it with the other weapon, and he can't break the shell of the thing.
Probably broke.
So what he does,
another weapon.
So what he does is he lets the monster eat him, and he breaks out of the thing.
Okay.
Of it.
Okay.
And then as it's, using the Black March, and as it's in pain, he goes in and tries to break the ball that's in the middle. Now, the problem is Hiran made it so that it was virtually impossible for him to break the ball at his current state.
Okay.
So, if I forgot to mention that the girl also has like a companion who is supposed to help her rankers as well. And since he was surprised that he figured out the test, he goes and yells at him saying, hey, ignite the Black March. And he tries really, really hard. And he sees the Black March. And she literally goes, you're cute. I'll let you use my full power. And breaks the ball.
Isn't this the first episode?
Yeah.
Isn't this spoiler territory?
Not really. Because this is literally the trailer of it.
Okay.
So yeah. So then, of course, they go further into it.
And this is to go further beyond.
But yeah, Bam. So yeah. And then Bam continues. So Bam, even though he's an irregular, he also got a few power boosts because he got the Black March, sort of. And then he got
he got Excalibur 2.0.
And then he got like these little balls that help him out that they're supposed to have.
Every guy has that.
Yeah. Or every person has it. Hiran was supposed to give him one, but he didn't really want to because he was irregular.
Okay.
So yeah. So it goes further into Bam's. So the reason why Bam would enter the tower was to catch up with Rachel and to see her.
Simple.
Basically. But I don't want to spoil into it. But
yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah. So is this in Japanese or in Korean?
In Japanese.
The story, the manhwa is obviously Korean.
Oh, yeah, but it's produced by a Japanese company.
Okay. And I imagine right now, are you clicking with a pen?
Maybe.
Okay, it's okay. But now how the world is, even the production for that must have slowed down or halted completely, right?
No, it's still going.
Okay. Good. The show must go on. Oh, basically. Have you heard that movie theaters haven't opened yet?
Yeah. You gotta rent movies.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about renting Doolittle.
Do a lot, you mean?
No, Dr. Doolittle.
Oh. I was just trying.
But not the old one with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Eddie?
Eddie Murphy. That's Eddie Murphy made them. No. Do Dr. Doolittle? The original one.
Okay.
With Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
There's a new one that came out with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
After he dies.
No, he died and he went to another world. He got isekai'd.
Basically, that's what happened. He died. He went from a billionaire to a talking doctor.
I mean,
that talks to the animals.
And the weird thing is, nobody else understands that animals talk, and he eventually gets,
shafted.
Restrained and put in a very cushioned.
And then he gets sent to Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, and then he becomes so crazy that he becomes a genius and gets sent.
And then he goes back to Avengers.
Yeah, and then he's so smart from there that he creates an Iron Man suit out of paper clips.
No, but you saw his last suit, right?
The one with him snapping the gauntlet. What about it?
You didn't see what it was made out of? It was made out of nanotech, remember?
Yeah. It was the first thing in the first movie?
Yeah, the Endgame.
Yeah, it was the first thing that you see. His blaster was like his blaster. He had multiple blasters out of his body and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was awesome. And
so supposedly the MCU's thinking about getting back Robert Downey Jr., but he had 2 conditions that they must fulfill. His first condition, supposedly, was to pay him less.
Oh.
Basically. And the second condition was to put him with Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man.
Oh. To help him, he's gonna be like the scene, like Spice and Wolf, or
and
Bunny
another
and Wolf.
thing, for the next Doctor Strange movie, they're thinking about bringing back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Now you know who those 2 were.
Yeah, a multiverse. Then you're trying to say that they're gonna do a multiverse thing? The other Spider-Mans.
They're planning on doing a multiverse Spider-Man thing with Doctor Strange, and they're thinking about bringing back
Ultimate Spider-Man.
They're thinking about bringing back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to play Spider-Man.
I grew up except Garfield, but I grew up with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I didn't really go with Andrew Garfield, but like, I kind of. So here's some people like. There was a video about ranking the Spider-Man series, and then they went up to the movies
in popularity.
And they're like, no, just like his opinion, and he said like how, the problem with Tobey Maguire's version is that like he looked like an adult, and Spider-Man wasn't really an adult. And I'm like, but kind of was. He did get his powers right around the end of high school.
He was going to college.
But like, they do make some comparison. Like with Tobey Maguire, his Spider-Man wasn't really like cheeky and make cracking jokes every now and then. That's the original Spider-Man.
He felt awkward. Like he wasn't awkward.
Yeah, he was very awkward and shy. And that's not how Spider-Man's portrayed in the comics. Uh-huh. He's cracking jokes left and right. Like sort of similar to what Drake Bell did for the Ultimate one for the cartoon.
Drake Bell?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen the funny movie, like the scary movie version?
No. Like, did you never seen the cartoon version?
No.
Of Spider-Man?
No.
Where like he teams up with like some other characters?
No, and you just give me some homework.
He was voiced by Drake Bell.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, that's something else that I should watch. But have you seen the funny movie of the Spider-Man series?
Oh wait, hold up.
It's actually Drake as well, Drake Bell. Yeah,
but hold up. Then like he kind of make a point where like that's like, because like I feel like he really made a good point where like Tobey Maguire played a really good Peter Parker, but he didn't play a good Spider-Man. And then with Andrew Garfield, he was like Andrew Garfield's too hot. Like he
likes other popular kids.
He was like, if I was in the movie, he would have made it from a PG-13 to an R.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I have seen nothing out of Garfield.
Yeah, he was like, here's the flip side with Tobey Maguire and Andrew. He said Andrew played a good Spider-Man, but not a good Peter Parker.
Was he like giving out quips and all those things as Spider-Man?
Yeah, because he's like he didn't really portray Peter Parker that well, and I kind of do agree with him. Where like Tobey did play a really good Peter, but not a okay. He played an okay Spider-Man, and then Andrew did play a better Spider-Man, but not a great Peter Parker.
Okay.
And then Tom Holland comes around, and he makes a really good point where he said, out of all of them, Tom Holland put in the effort into having a New York accent, like he's from Queens.
What about
well, Tobey didn't really have an accent from New York.
He reminded me like a 40s actor, like a serious.
Yeah,
like,
Andrew definitely didn't have a.
He reminded me like a person from California.
Yeah, but Spider-Man's from New York,
like a surfer dude.
That's what Andrew Garfield reminded me of.
Yeah,
but like Tom Holland didn't really play the New York.
But that wasn't his fault. It was the director's fault or the casting crew.
No, that's on you.
I mean, they chose his character though that he would best represent the character.
No, because like the actor does have some input I guess he
Yeah,
never
he
thought
does,
of
he
putting
does.
into that.
But that was what the director was looking for. In hindsight, in general with the comics, then the director didn't understand, or the writing crew didn't understand. Didn't want to go in that direction. It could be a choice they made. You're right. At the end, I feel like you're more right, or this person's more neutral, balanced towards the Spider-Man in the image that Spider-Man gives in general.
But he made the point was like Tom Holland's the first one to be like, "Yup, that's Spider-Man."
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like yes, I feel like he is. I feel like the only thing is that I feel like he is kind of young. Even though Tom Holland's older than me.
11th? He was like in 11th grade in the movies, right? His movie?
No, he was a sophomore. He's a sophomore in Far From Home.
Damn, and I thought he was already a junior.
Yeah, nah, he's not.
Yeah, he should have been a senior, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like he does play like a really good Peter and a really good Spider-Man.
Just a little bit.
I guess the only odd, like, yeah, he also got a point. He was like, Spider-Man Homecoming didn't show the death of Ben Parker. He's like, by that point, everybody's like, everybody's seen that, and they skipped that,
and that's okay. I mean, yeah, that's okay. I feel like that.
And then I was like, the kind of weird part is that they made Aunt May hot.
I feel like they wanted to satisfy a demographic.
Like Tobey Maguire's Aunt May, I feel like that was the best one.
Yeah.
For Aunt May.
Yeah.
I don't remember Andrew Garfield having Aunt May.
I haven't. Did they even at all?
I don't remember.
Yeesh.
But like for the MCU Spider-Man, I feel like the Aunt May is way too hot.
The Iron Man. Do you have a picture of her in a bikini?
Basically.
He was hitting on Aunt May eventually, like low key.
Exactly. But no.
Oh yeah. Did it tell you? Have like a quick change of subject back to the things about hospitals. Did you hear medical personnel being harassed over here in the United States?
Oh yeah.
Because in Mexico, for example, what my mom listens to, a hospital worker was leaving the hospital out of his graveyard shift, and the bus, he was waiting at the bus stop. And the bus driver said, "No, I can't. I feel like I'm not safe." And there was a complaint of a denial of service, basically. And the hospital worker said, "If you went into the hospital, I would not deny service at you. Why would you deny service at me?" But I feel like both of them have their reasons, but kind of the medical worker has the better reason, right?
Yeah, like, I mean,
does it compare life compared to transportation?
Oh. He is paranoid from the looks of it, and I feel like it has some justifications, but at the end of the day, like, he's just a passenger. He has to get home somehow.
Now, if it was a taxi driver.
I mean, like, a taxi driver is different because, like, yeah, its bus has more space. A taxi driver shouldn't be driving right now.
It's not considered essential services?
No. You're way too close. You're way too close to the customer.
Buses are safer in that sense.
And you see now the buses are less crowded.
Yeah, and rarely running like a weekend schedule every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what happened that on Friday is New York going to a certain level of opening?
Oh, this past Friday, yeah, they opened up. They had, I guess, their first phase where they're opening up just construction places and all that.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy yet. Nothing has happened. But supposedly for Memorial Day, I think it is, they're gonna open up the beaches in New York, and we'll see how that goes. But
Hunter Beach, I forgot what other call it.
Did you get the video?
Oh, I'm gonna check right now. Sorry about that. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Yeah.
So, this was a good tester, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my cut.
Yeah.
Loin beef.
Wagyu
beef.
Let's see. Do you think the price went up on them?
Maybe not.
Like everything else?
Because that's imported. Actually, it might not even be on sale.
So sorry, no wagyu.
Don't worry, I get my loin beef.
No wagyu, man. No wagyu.
It's okay. My loin though.
Hmm.
My loins.
You're,
Alright.
yeah. Okay. Talk to you later. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. I'll send you a sample product of how
Yeah.
this comes out.